What if your favorite on-screen couple was hiding something in plain sight? What if the spark between them wasn't just acting? Today on News Star Xian, we dive deep into the whispers, clues, and subtle gestures behind one of China's most captivating pairs, Xian and Zi. Rumors of a secret marriage have taken social media by storm. But is there truth beneath the fantasy? Let's uncover the story that fans can't stop talking about. Their on-screen chemistry wasn't just a highlight of the drama Go Go Squid. It was a phenomenon that echoed across continents, crossing cultural lines and emotional barriers. When Xian and Zi appeared together as Han Xiangyan and Tong Yan, something rare happened. The line between fiction and reality began to blur. Their performance didn't just entertain, it touched something deeply human in people around the world. In the United States, audiences compared them to iconic romantic duos. In South Korea and Japan, fan forums lit up with theories and emotional analyses of their scenes. In Europe, they were praised not only for their acting but for the natural intimacy they conveyed without ever saying much. It wasn't overacting, nor was it forced charm. It was something quieter, more believable, almost like watching two people fall in love by accident, right in front of the camera. What made it more extraordinary was how understated it all was. There were no grand romantic gestures, no excessive dramatics. Instead, it was in the way Xian looked at Zi during the quiet moments. It was in her soft glances, her nervous hands, the silences they shared that felt heavier than words. Viewers weren't just seeing love being acted out, they were feeling it. And that's what made audiences everywhere sit back and wonder, could it be real? For many, their connection brought comfort and hope. It reminded people what gentle, respectful love could look like. It spoke to the introverts, the romantics, the dreamers. Their chemistry became a language of its own, something people around the world could understand, regardless of the language spoken. It wasn't just a performance. It was presence. And it left a lasting impression, long after the final episode aired. In a world of fast love stories and short-lived trends, what Xian and Zi created together on screen became something rare, a bond that felt timeless. A connection that, even years later, still invites the question, what if it wasn't just acting? In the age of constant updates and oversharing, silence can be louder than words. When it comes to Xian and Zi, their silence has become its own narrative, a quiet force that has captivated millions. They have never indulged the public with vague denials or performative declarations. Instead, they've chosen restraint, a kind of emotional discipline that is both rare and profoundly telling in the world of celebrity culture. This silence is not emptiness, it is intentional. And in that space, fans have found meaning. There is a unique psychology to their decision. By not speaking, they offer nothing to confirm or deny the rumors. Yet in doing so, they allow the public to hold onto a kind of delicate possibility, one that each fan can shape in their own mind. It's a strategy perhaps, but also a form of respect, both for each other and for the work they've done together. In remaining quiet, they preserve the mystery that made their on-screen chemistry so magnetic in the first place. They are not feeding the fantasy, but neither are they destroying it. This approach stands in stark contrast to the era of manufactured intimacy, where couples, real or not, are marketed as entertainment. Xian and Zi, however, have drawn a firm boundary between their professional lives and their personal truths. And it is within that boundary that something deeper lies, not just a romantic possibility, but a demonstration of maturity, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. To remain silent in the face of so much speculation is not weakness, it is strength. It is a choice to protect what matters, even if that what remains undefined to the public. Whether they are simply friends or something more, their quiet has preserved the dignity of their connection. It has left space for the imagination, but also for reflection. In a world that often demands more than it gives, their silence is not avoidance. It is a kind of quiet poetry, one that still speaks volumes. Some stories don't need confirmation to be believed. When it comes to Xian and Zi, the public has built a love story not from headlines or interviews, but from moments, quiet, fleeting, and often ambiguous. These moments, scattered across years, have become clues that fans refuse to let go of. A ring worn on a familiar finger. A shared expression during a press event. A slip of the tongue in an interview. Nothing concrete, and yet nothing easily dismissed. In a world saturated with manufactured romance and curated intimacy, these subtle, unscripted moments feel more authentic than any official statement could ever be. Fans have become archivists of their connection, analyzing gestures frame by frame, finding patterns in how they speak about one another, or how they avoid doing so. It's not obsession, it's longing. A longing to believe that what felt real on screen might have a place off screen too. For many, it's not about prying into their private lives. It's about holding on to a sense of magic, the kind that television rarely delivers anymore. Their chemistry wasn't the result of clever scripts or camera angles. It was the product of something natural, something viewers could feel even in silence. What makes these clues so powerful is their consistency over time. In different settings, under different pressures, Xian and Yang Zi continue to move around each other with a kind of quiet familiarity. It's the way he seems aware of her presence even when she's off camera, or how she subtly deflects personal questions with a half smile and a distant gaze. These aren't slip-ups. They're fragments of something unspoken, something protected. The truth may never be publicly confirmed, and perhaps it doesn't need to be. Sometimes, the unknown is more compelling than the known. The clues, whether accidental or deliberate, serve as a bridge between what fans see and what they feel. They invite people not only to speculate, but to believe. And in that belief, even without proof, something beautiful endures. A quiet love story that lives not in tabloids, but in the hearts of those who continue to hope. Whether or not they are together romantically, what Xian and Yang Zi have is rare: mutual admiration, professional integrity, and a connection that doesn't need to scream for attention. In an industry where relationships are often weaponized for publicity, theirs is different. It's subtle, sacred, and mature. They've turned down joint endorsements, refused to appear in unnecessary reality shows, and avoided scenes that might sell intimacy. That's not distance, that's deliberate grace. Behind the curtain, new activities, new bonds. What fans don't see is just as meaningful. Yang Zi recently began hosting private acting workshops for young talent. Xian, quietly photographing these moments, under an alias on social media. Sources close to the studios claim the two still meet, not in front of cameras, but in script reading sessions, charity projects, and spiritual retreats organized by the acting academy they once attended. Could this be a partnership built not just on love, but on shared vision? The pain of projection. While the public dreams of their wedding, the weight of these projections is immense. Actors are expected to play lovers on screen, and off. Yang Zi once said, "The hardest part of being in the public eye isn't what people see, it's what they imagine." And what if this imagination distorts their truth? In a world where privacy is luxury, perhaps the greatest love story is the one we're not supposed to know. The real answer. So, are they married? There's no certificate, no announcement, no wedding photos leaked. But what they do share is real. Years of growth side by side. A creative bond that shaped one of China's most iconic dramas. A mutual respect that transcends tabloid curiosity. Maybe that's more powerful than any ring. What do you believe? Do you still believe in the story of Xian and Yang Zi? Is this a real-life love story hiding in plain sight, or the perfect example of how powerful storytelling can blur the lines between real and real? Let us know what you think in the comments. We read every word. If this video made you feel something, curiosity, nostalgia, or even hope, please like, share, and subscribe to News Star Xian. Your support helps us bring more untold stories, heartfelt moments, and inspiring truths to screens around the world. From Seoul to Paris, New York to Manila, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Sparkles.